Why Elon Musk says taking vacations will kill you. I love this headline. When I saw this headline, this is CNBC. When I saw this headline, I knew I had to talk about it just because it's such a attention grabbing. You got to respect the headline. How you're left with the question. Well, here's the thing. A lot of people don't appreciate the art of a nice headline. On YouTube, it got the wrong thing because people got upset with clickbait. And I agree. If you have a headline that doesn't deliver, if the headline is better than the video, it should be okay to criticize the headline. But if you feel compelled to click, that's a good thing. That's what you're there for, to click.
Right.
And similar thing with the headline. I just sit here, I read this headline, I just go, all right, tell me why my vacation's going to kill me.
They got you.
Yeah, I said, tell me why. I'm having fun with it. I'm glad to take part. I'm a willing participant. It's part of the adventure. That's a nice headline. Don't hate a nice headline. If you get a garbage video, you got a garbage video, so be it. But don't hate the headline. Headlines, so long as they're pointing at the actual conversation, the content, to some degree, you got to appreciate a nice headline. Anyhow, now you want to know exactly what it's about. He legitimately believes that vacations have had a negative impact on him in the past. He gives some examples of how he took certain vacations and terrible things happened pretty much immediately on these vacations. I'll give you a couple of examples here. Let me go. I don't believe people should be experiencing hardship while the CEO is on vacation. So this is more his current philosophy. That he should be working the hardest within his companies. They shouldn't have to watch him take off when they're struggling. But some of the examples of when things went bad, he's only taken off twice in more than a decade, first off. Huh. And in the last 12 years, yeah, he's tried to take a week off twice. He didn't even actually take the week off if you listen to what happened. The first time he took a week off, the Orbital Sciences rocket exploded. That's obviously a SpaceX thing. And Richard Branson's Virgin Galactic rocket exploded in the same week. So bad news all around on the space front on his first attempt. And then the second time he took a week off, another rocket exploded. So some oversight. Where's Elon holding it all together? The lesson he learned there is don't take a week off. You got to appreciate that. Before that, he tried to take his first adult vacation, which was a honeymoon with his wife, Justine. But he got some bad news there as well.
Oh.
And he was on a plane, actually. He was getting on the plane with Justine, at which point he got a message delivered from executives. It was a letter of no confidence, pushing Musk out as CEO of his then company, X.com.
His job exploded.
So he's trying to go, he's about to go on the honeymoon. And they're like, go ahead, take the honeymoon. Enjoy the honeymoon. Yeah. Go for it. Have a great time. You and Justine, and start your life. Go to a tropical region.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, we got this under control. Hops on the plane. He's getting into first class. Well, you know?
Yeah.
The champagne comes. Mr. Musk. Yeah. Hot towel, Mr. Musk.
He's got a blanket on.
Yeah, he's so comfy.
Pajamas.
He's already got everything he's going to watch during the trip is on deck. He's got it loaded up on his device. Otis agrees. He comes to say hi. Otis never goes on vacation.
He's always on vacation.
Oh, maybe every day's a vacation for Otis. Yeah. I don't know. He looks pretty hard working to me, sniffing around. And then you get the message. The message comes through. Yeah, you've been pushed out as CEO. Have a good time. Enjoy the vacation. And then the other time he tried, in that case, he immediately turned around. So as soon as he got to Sydney, Australia, that ain't no short flight, by the way, he turned straight back to Palo Alto. What's the message here? Okay, there's another example as well where he gets malaria the other time. He's done with vacations. He says vacations will kill you. And maybe in his case, he's right. Maybe in his case, the vacation is the thing that you're when you're living that level of an extreme kind of intense existence where you're building things, leading ships, driving projects.
I guess you have to be on the ball.
You give up on certain things.
Yeah.
You make certain sacrifices.
A lot of sacrifices.
You make certain sacrifices. And if you think you can do it all and still, then you potentially suffer even worse. So, I mean, you don't have to listen to Elon Musk. You could do whatever you.
Yeah.
But I will say, I ain't no Elon Musk, Will. But I kind of understand the idea of vacation anxiety when you run a business. When do you go? For how long? What happens? Mm-hmm. How much are you thinking about the other loose ends that you've left untied? Are you really relaxing? To what degree? And I have figured out over the course of time I've been doing this stuff here that I much prefer to say go somewhere sort of nearby, up to the cottage, to the wilderness, maybe skiing, stuff that is less of a big commitment, where you still feel a little bit accessible.
Right.
Like you could tie back in if
you don't want to get lost too far.
I just feel it's more relaxing because you don't have to go through the whole process of tying up all these loose ends because you're going to be gone for a long time or far away.
Right.
So it's kind of that feeling when you go on a trip, and everybody has this feeling when they go on a trip of, did I leave something behind? Uh-huh. So I would say the entrepreneurial equivalent of that is you've left everything behind.
Yes.
And you have nothing. And some people can say this is very unhealthy and all the rest of it. But I think there's a sort of placebo component of going nearby where, yes, you've left everything behind, but by not really leaving it, by still being somewhat accessible, you can actually let your guard down and relax a little bit better. So maybe Elon implements something kind of like that. Maybe he goes to the national park nearby.
Yes.
Instead of Australia.
Yeah. Go take a walk at the park.
You see what I mean? Yeah. You don't need that extra tension.
Yeah. Maybe it is just like a change of scenery.
Maybe that's all it takes.
Yeah.
Maybe people have it in their heads they need to go to the Bahamas or something. But in reality, they need a quiet weekend nearby. Mm-hmm. Just a nice hike. And you could take that hike more frequently. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Well, I'm just talking. But Elon Musk obviously has way more going on than a lot of 99% of humans.
Yes.
So we can't necessarily take what he says and apply it to the average lifestyle. But nonetheless, it's interesting to see how he gets it done. I've seen, when he was on Rogan, for example, Rogan was grilling him on how do you get it all done? What's it like to be you? And then he responded with the best moment in the whole podcast where he's like, I don't think people would like it very much to be me.
Very honest.
He said it quietly like that. He said it's never turns off.
Yeah.
No, it never turns off. And he said it just very quietly, subtle. Yeah. So, anyhow, he's gonna try to beat the Taycan. By the way, he's working on that right now because you can't have that. You can't have that happening either.
A lot of sleepless nights.
It is crazy though. The man has billions of dollars, and he's legit sleeping on the floor of the factory. He said multiple times. That's a crazy drive, right?
He wants to take people to Mars.
It's a crazy drive.
Oh, yeah.
It's a crazy drive.